Hey everybody, it's The Great Escape. Sorry, I was just checking out some things. I'm trying to figure out what I can see on my YouTube studio when I'm live streaming, but I have no idea. Alright, so today, so if you watched the last live stream, I was doing tests to try to figure out the mechanics of the Pillager spawning area, the outposts, these things over here. So today I'm going to be messing around with trying to figure out the spawning mechanics for the actual raid farms, or the raids themselves, with the idea of how could I build a raid farm out of it. So as you can see, I've started with a pretty massive grid here. I'm in the process of filling it in. And I believe, let's see, this is, each of these is 10 blocks. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 76 blocks out from the center right here. And I think that all of the raid will spawn within this section, but I could be wrong. So we might need to go out to 80 blocks. The only unfortunate thing is I'm testing this on a super flat world, which means that once I kill a raid captain, more will not spawn in their place, because spawning on pillager outposts on the super flat world is broken on the PS4. So I'm gonna have to make copies of this one and keep going back in and fixing it. But I'm just trying to check the stream on there so I can keep track of the chat and things. So just give me 1 second, and then we're gonna get started. There we go. All right. Cool. All right, so so again, thanks for those who are tuning in and joining. Just going to continue trying to build up this perimeter before I summon in the first raid, just so I can kind of keep track of what's happening. Hey, PS4 Gamer Croatia. Thanks for tuning in. I'm not sure if I need to. I was gonna make this like really pretty and fill in all of the space with the blocks, and I guess I could do that, but that, once I realized how large this was, I realized that might not be necessary. If I just want to test out the farm. Whoops. Now I'm gonna, on each of these blocks here, I'm gonna be placing rows of stained glass panes so that they are kind of, once they spawn in an area, they're trapped in that area. So I'm gonna kind of keep track of who spawns where and things like that. Make this as scientific as possible as I'm finishing in the design. Whoops. And I cannot turn off mob spawning because that'll despawn all of my pillagers, and I need them. I've tested, I think 2 or 3 different pillager raid designs that were designed for the Java edition of the game. I think there was one that was designed for the Bedrock edition of the game, and none of them seem to be working, so I don't think the PS4 mechanics are quite the same. Hey, Sobbly Cookie. Yeah, I love the Village and Pillage update. I think it adds pretty cool new features to the game. The new mobs are cool, the raid feature's cool, crossbows are pretty nice. Wish we'd gotten foxes, but hopefully those will come out eventually. Hey, Gold Guardian, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Monkey Turtle. Monkey Turtle sounds like something you would see in the Avatar TV series. Hey, Junior. I mean, there's technically no servers, I guess, on PS4, but it is. I do a multiplayer stream every now and then. Yes, Chris, it is. It is currently 98 degrees, I think, where I live, and the heat index is 109 today, or 110. So it is very hot. My air conditioner can't keep up, and my PS4 is definitely working itself in the heat today. Not that it's often loud, but it's definitely louder today than it normally is because of that. Hey, PS4. No, I do not like Fortnite. I haven't played Apex yet. My favorite online multiplayer game is Overwatch. I guess I could stream some Overwatch or other games at some point. I just play a lot of Minecraft, and I like Minecraft a lot. But Sean, no answer to what? Yeah, Overwatch Gold Guardian. I love Overwatch. Sean, yeah, I'm trying to figure out the mechanics of the raid farm because they are different on the PS4 than they are on other versions. I've tested out a few of the Java and Bedrock raid farm designs, and none of them seem to work right on the PS4 or work at all. So I'm trying to figure out what you need to do on the PS4 to make it happen. Skullhorn, I'm building like a test zone to see when I spawn in a raid, where do the raids pop up. I think that the spawning zone is about 70 blocks out. Yeah, exactly, Sean. So I spend a lot of my time doing testing like this to figure out what the mechanics are for different different farms and things. So, because it's definitely something that we do not have a lot of on the PS4. You should Subnautica. I have not played Subnautica. Alright. 3 more levels, and then we'll be done. Thanks, Sean. I've never played Subnautica, sadly. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, sometimes I watch live streams when I don't have a lot of time at work to do that, but when I'm just kind of like sitting places, I'll watch live streams. I've been watching, I don't know if anybody has ever heard of it, Critical Role, which is like a D&D live stream that's very, very popular. And I've been streaming through that, and it's my go-to. Did I miss a green block, Mark? Oh, I did. Nice catch. I've heard of it, sadly. I've never played it. Good keeping out on that, Mark. I know that whenever I am watching somebody do a video or a live stream and I see something like that, it's all I can think of for the next however long the video is. So it's kind of there. It's like if you ever go see a live play and a character drops something on the stage and they don't pick it up, everyone can only focus on whatever it was that was dropped on the stage. And so now you're not even paying attention to the play anymore, you're just watching, you know, something on the ground. Oh my god, okay. Was that the last one? I'm making a village or pillage farm in survival. So yeah, I think I haven't fully explored my survival world yet. So I'm not I don't even know if there's a pillager outpost on my Life Aquatic world yet. But if I find one, I'm definitely going to build the farm that I designed this week. I'll be putting that up on there. Diagonal lines. I hate diagonal lines. I do A Junior or AJR, I don't know. I do have a survival series. If you go to my playlists, they're all on a playlist. Since Update Aquatic, I've restarted a fresh new world, and I think there's 15 videos in there. There's a few videos from my old original survival world on there as well. But since Update Aquatic came out, I've had a world that I've been working on. Hey Shaggy, welcome. A fancy house. What do you mean by a fancy house? Just like a house that looks really nice? I will say that my building skills are not as great as a lot of the YouTubers who do building designs like Grian or False Symmetry or whatever. I'm not as good as they are at building. Hey Jan, welcome back. They are really slow, Frosty? 5 Rost 3? 5 Rost 3. They're really slow. Since Village and Pillage came out, they first didn't work at all because golems wouldn't spawn. And then when they fixed the bug where golems would spawn, the rates are very, very, very slow. And the guess is that it's because golems and cats have equal chances of... Oh, okay, Frosty, there you go. Yeah, golems and cats are both spawn in villages, and they are on the same spawning group. So just like with a regular mob cap, if you've got 28 mobs in the game, no other mobs will spawn. So if you've got 15 cats in your farm, or 4 cats or whatever in your farm, then no iron golems will spawn. And every time a cat spawns, it's a chance that an iron golem would spawn instead, but if the cat spawns, then it won't spawn. Eyes of the Storm, I'm not sure. The current guess is that they're going to announce at Minecon that it will be coming, although some people say that they'll release it when Minecon happens, so we'll get it at that time. I'm not sure how I feel about Bedrock coming to PS4, but it will be nice just in the sense that everybody will be making videos on the same system. I think your English has been pretty good so far, PS4 gamer, so I'm not worried about it. But thanks for tuning in all the way from Croatia. That's true. I I really am excited just for the sense that we can have realms and servers. That's pretty much the only thing that makes me happy about Bedrock coming to PS4. I hate Bedrock Redstone, so we'll see. Hey Jay, I guess if you want duplication, that's cool. I have not heard of Neebs Gaming, sadly. Oh, Trident Killers. That is the one thing I meant to. I was gonna test that because there was some Bedrock farm I was looking at. They built a Trident Killer, and I wanted to see if it was possible to do it on PS4. I haven't tested it yet. No, this is a first generation PS4, so it's even older than the Slim or the Pro. Oh, that's too bad, Sean. It looked really cool. Although I'm afraid that it might be something that they are going to patch out of Bedrock. I've played around with a little on Pocket Edition, but I haven't tried it on here yet. Jay, the Creeper Farm, the problem with PS4 specific farms like that are that the mob cap is so weird on the PS4 because it's so small. Things fill up the mob cap. I designed a mob farm that you can turn into a creeper farm. I can't apparently talk and do diagonal lines at the same time. I've done a mob farm that I turned into a creeper farm that works pretty well, but it's nothing like too fancy. Yeah, they're all really slow. In perfect conditions, they're fantastic, but unfortunately in survival you rarely have perfect conditions because there's always drowned farm spawning or things. Yeah, PS4. I think I'm trying to think. It was earlier this week. I was at 2,700, which was great. But to be this close to 3,000 is pretty awesome. Definitely a huge thank you to all the supporters who tuned in. I've got a witch farm design that's pretty simple. But as far as just like, if I'm looking for experience, pillager farms seem to be pretty fast with the way that they spawn. If they would fix them spawning during the daylight, they'd be even better. Thanks, PS4 Gamer. I was on Social Blade yesterday and it was making predictions and it said something about 500,000 subscribers. And I was like, I don't really care if I get that high, but that number's astronomical to me. No, Jay, there's a chance that they'll spawn in swamps, but it is not a guarantee. If you go to, I think on my witch farm, I had a seed where there were like 3 witch huts. But that's if you wanted to start a new survival world. Oh yeah, Il Mango's methods are awesome. I love his videos. Just the science of Minecraft. All right, so that part of the perimeter is done. I know I'm in a weird minority, but I've never watched a single PewDiePie video. Sorry, Sean. I don't watch a lot of people on Minecraft or in general, and I just have never tuned into PewDiePie. Oh no, I made this diagonal. It might not work. Oh, crap. Okay. I have to do it this way, I guess. Okay, so I'll explain it, Jay. So this is a perimeter. I think that when you spawn in a raid, that the raid party can spawn anywhere out to 70 something blocks away from the village, the center of the village. So what I'm testing is how far out they go and where they spawn. So each of these represent a 10 block distance. So we've got 70 blocks, and there's one block between each one, so it's 76 blocks or so out. And now I'm putting in wall, so if they spawn here, they're stuck and they can't travel inward. So I can take easy note of where they spawned and kind of get a kind of a rate of spawning. I've been playing Minecraft since Minecraft PS4 came out. I play during the summer. I play a whole lot more because as a teacher, I don't really have time during the school year to play as much. But during the summer, I play a lot more. So a few hours a day. Hey Jay. So if you simple answer, you can use rails or water streams to get villagers up there. I'm going to be making. You're not the only person who's asked this question, and I realize that it's something that's not often addressed in videos of like, hey, how do you do these things that people are doing in creative, in survival? So all the people have pointed that out. I'm going to make a short little video that kind of shows different methods for doing that. Yeah, I am. Whoops. No! There. There you go. I do, Shaggy. So I have been called the greatest. Well, sorry, Great Escape goes back to when I was in college. I volunteered for the college radio station, and I had a DJ show that was called the Great Escape Radio Hour, and that was always the name of my show on that channel. It comes from an old movie called The Great Escape, which is one of my old favorite movies. So I guess it originated from there. But as far as why I have it, that's just been my name. So Scape, SCAPE, has always been my kind of nickname or handle online. I don't like working with glass panes. Well, if all goes well, Jay, it will be a raid farm. If I can't figure that out, I'm working also on a villager breeder design that works well on PS4, so it would probably be a villager breeder. Yep, solidly. I made a I've tried to make a drown farm based off of a design, I think it's by Tango Tech, I believe, that worked pretty well. The easiest type of drown farm is to find a zombie spawner and just wherever the zombies are kind of waiting to be killed, you just put water at head height and they will turn into drowned. And that's the easiest form of drown farm. Isaac, so his raid farm design works on the PS4? Because I saw his design a long time ago, and I meant to test it once we got the Village and Pillage update, and I hadn't tested it yet. Sean, I think so. I think they drop Trident, so they should drop everything else that Drown can have. I'm not sure. That's a smart idea, Ice. Yeah, a couple times I built a drown farm. When they're transforming from zombies into drowned, they were glitching out of the chamber and like appearing outside of the farm, which was not very helpful. I teach English and history. Water elevators aren't too hard. Simple is if you want things to go up, it's soul sand. If you want things to go down, it's magma blocks. And on PS4, you just build a one gap tower, basically, and then fill it in with, put water at the top. Oh no, turtle shells. So to get scoots, if that's what you're talking about, you have to raise so you get a bunch of turtles, you breed them, you get the eggs, you protect the eggs, and then once they hatch, protect the baby little turtles, and once the little turtles grow up, they'll drop a scoot. And scoots are how you get like the turtle shell helmets. Oh yeah, going down with just falling into some water is the easiest way to drop for sure, Eyes. Hey Leo, thanks for tuning in. Did I get all of these? I did not, there's a chicken. Oh, Water Brew. Did you make the logo for Water Brew yet? Hey Isaac, yeah, I have a community on PS4. If you search for The Great Escape Gaming, The Great Escape Gaming on PS4 communities, you'll find me on there. That's where I put up all my subscriber Let's Plays, so if I do a multiplayer Let's Play, that's where it'll be posted. Oh no. Yeah, the only thing that bums me out about Bedrock J is Redstone on Bedrock is a little busted. Will I make my YouTube intro? Shaggy, I don't think any consoles have infinite worlds. So even if we get Bedrock, I don't think we'll get that. Hey Panda, yeah, I'm gonna be doing a multiplayer stream tomorrow around the same time. Oh, no. Get out of my way. Oh, I love pop vinyl figures. I've got lots of them. I don't actually know how many I have. Probably, I'm staring at like 15 right now, but I've got more than 15. We'll be playing for the survival multiplayer tomorrow. We'll be playing on the same world that I played on. We played on yesterday. Oh, I want the McCree pop so bad. I don't even like McCree. I don't play as McCree. I'm terrible as McCree, but I want that pop so bad. I pretty much collect Marvel pops and Overwatch pops are my two. Also, I have like several Steven Universe pops as well, but pretty much anything Marvel and anything Overwatch. And it'll be the same world from Tuesday. So if people are new, they can create a new spot, or they can, if we're on the stream on Tuesday, they can join in and keep creating. I give Minecraft a 9 on the PS4. I think the multiplayer would be improved if we had realms and servers, and that might give it a 10, but right now 9. No, none of the small iron farm designs work on the PS4. Here's a hint. If the iron farm design is telling you that you have to have the beds right next to the villagers, or that the workstations have to be near, like they need workstations, that they have to be able to sleep and all that kind of stuff. If they're saying that, then it's probably based on Java mechanics, and Java mechanics are not the way that the PS4 mechanics work for iron farms, which is weird because usually the PS4 models after Java, but for some reason it didn't this time. I don't think that there's really any super efficient designs out there. I mean, like, I build my farms for the sense of just like kind of like the casual player who is going to have, be playing for a while and just needs some iron. If you're looking for something super efficient, my farm is maybe 30 or half a stack of iron an hour. So it's not super efficient, but I don't know any that are super, super efficient. The old farms before Village and Pillage were so much better. Okay, I hate glass panes so much, but I'm pretty sure that pillagers can spawn, or raids can spawn on anything other than like air blocks. Oh, thanks, Jay. Yeah, I love my gold farm, and I do think that my gold farm is one of the more efficient gold farms I've seen. There's a YouTube channel, and it's a YouTube server called Artcraft Community, and they have a design that's very, very similar to mine, but it's like if you take mine and stack it so that there's like two on top of each other, and I think increase the size of it, it's dramatically more. And I think they put 4, so take mine, double it in height, and then put 4 together, and that's what they built, and it's really crazily efficient, but it also requires, I can't even imagine the amount of obsidian that one requires, because mine is 15, I think it's 15 stacks of obsidian, so that's no fun. PS4 makes it super easy to record, PS4 Gamer. Just like for me, I just double tap the share button and it starts recording. Isaac, I do have a gold farm tutorial. I mean, I guess it's a pig farm tutorial, but I mean, I guess if that's what you're talking about. There isn't one for the nether though, because nether pig farms to be super efficient either require you to be able to be on top of the nether, or they require you to get rid of all spawnable blocks near your farm. Unfortunately, on the PS4, you cannot get on top of the nether, so that wouldn't work. And getting rid of all the spawnable blocks nearby is not something that I have done yet, because that takes a long time. If you've seen something like, what's his name? I watched so many of his videos and I've forgotten his name. One of the hermits designed a nether farm where he put buttons down in the nether. I can't remember. Iscal85. He created a farm using buttons in the nether, but it required 50,000 buttons, so that's a long time. I think I missed somebody's comment. Hold on a second, let me scroll back through. Panda, I think you said something I missed. Oh yeah. They've started switching us over to all the bedrock mechanics, which is weird because now PS4 is this weird mix of Java mechanics and bedrock mechanics. So bedrock does not have a working AFK fish farm because I don't know why, but they don't. Whereas PS4 does, because we can still use like the Java mechanics for our fish farms. But now like the iron farms are more like the way bedrock works than the way that it works on Java. So it's really weird. Thanks, PS4. This skin is from Stranger Things. It's Steve Harrington, who is my second favorite character from Stranger Things, I guess. Yes, Matthew Black. Auto fishing. I'm not a big fan of duping, duplicators or anything like that. I'm not a big fan of that kind of gameplay. I just like AFK fish farms because it makes... I guess it's still cheating in a lot of ways, but I don't know. It's just a weird thing. But I definitely like the AFK fish farm. If I didn't have an AFK fish farm, I would not be able to be a YouTube content creator on a Let's Play, because I feel like I would be spending all my time gathering blocks at a really slow rate without enchantments and things. So I would just be like, my YouTube channel would just be me mining for blocks and digging sand. Yes, they do. TNT machines do work on a PS4. I haven't messed around much with TNT machines or flying machines or anything like that, but they do work on the PS4. That's nice, Alex. Do you have it set up so that it auto sorts all your stuff so you don't have to like go through the chests and do all that, or is it just 6 full chests that you kind of have to go in and sort? I hate slimes. Slimes are pushing me around. That's awesome, Alex. Yeah, the first thing I built the AFK fish farm and then immediately built an item sorter because I did not want to have to deal with any of the item stuff. I have like 10 boxes full of fish that I will never ever use. Yeah, sorting single or unstackable objects. I mean, you can separate unstackable objects from stackable objects, but being able to individually sort the unstackable objects would be nice. Unfortunately, they all give out the same redstone signal, so it's not possible. What's going on with villager trading on the PC, Jay? I haven't watched any Hermitcraft since the Village and Pillage came out, so I haven't seen what's been going on Java. Yeah, Matthew, that's kind of what I think about AFK fish farms. Because, like, I'm putting in time with the AFK fish farms, so I feel like it's a little bit better. It'd be the same thing as, like, AFKing at my mob farm for me. So it feels a little bit better than cheating, whereas I feel like duplicating something in a game is a little bit more cheaty. But I don't know. That's like a minor, like, whatever. I don't care if people duplicate in their own games. Uh, I feel like if you're in a multiplayer economy, that might be a problem, but other than that, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, PS4 gamer. I think the new PS4, the new update's pretty cool. Oh, that's weird. The gossiping thing is... I realize that Java has a lot of mechanics that we don't have. Like sweeping edge. Like, if there's one thing in Java that I would like to have in PS4, it would be sweeping edge. The sweeping edge enchantment on swords. But some of the mechanics that are different on the Java edition are just strange. The gossiping and all that. Oh, well, that's faster. Yes, sweeping edge, please. Like, that can be the hashtag for 2019. So on the Java edition, Shaggy, the villagers will get together and they will gossip. And when they all get together and gossip, I think that's when they have a chance to spawn an iron golem. But it's also like they'll change prices on things or do weird stuff. It's a strange mechanism. I wouldn't... World edit would be fine. It would definitely make building farms... like, if I'm doing like a guide for a farm, it would be much, much easier to do it if I had commands where I could just get rid of a perimeter or get rid of blocks. That would be nice. Just give me sweeping edge and realms and I think I'd be happy. Oh, come on. Auto click. Come on. No. There you go. Yes, oddly, I do a multiplayer where I play with subscribers. I just did that like yesterday, I think, and there'll be another one tomorrow. Yeah, I hate building with glass pane. I like the way they look, but I hate building with them. I would like this to be much easier. I'm on green. I'm like halfway through the rainbow right now. My redstone knowledge is... I mean, I can build stuff with redstone, and I'm fairly confident with like the basics of redstone, but I'm definitely like... I see some of the things that Doc M or Mumbo Jumbo or the SciCraft community are making, and I don't even know where to start with that kind of level of redstone knowledge. So I'm kind of like, if I'm going to build a farm, it's going to be simple enough for anybody to build, and it's not going to be too redstone dependent, but I definitely appreciate good redstone, and I appreciate people who can build with redstone. Oh, Toxic, I'm building a perimeter to try to figure out where raids will spawn. Alex, I'm going to spawn in a raid, and this will trap the spawns so that I can see where they're spawning, so I know how to design the raid farm. I would not doubt that, Sean. Yeah, I love messing around with redstone, and when I use somebody's redstone design and it creates this awesome farm that makes my life so much easier, I love it. But I'm not very good at designing my own redstone stuff. Yeah, they've been on for... It's probably going on a month now, Jay, or whatever. Oh, I think, is it based on light levels? It must be, using daylight sensors. Yeah, see, I could, like, I know that mechanic exists, and I know, but I would never think of how to use it to create something. Like, Il Mango just, he drives me crazy. Him and Nimbomb, the stuff that they come up with. Yeah, I have trouble like I know how to make all the circuits. I have trouble remembering them. Like, I need a T flip-flop, and then I have to go back and, like, how do I make a T flip-flop? Like, remind myself, and it takes me twice as long to do anything redstone because I have to, like, constantly remind myself how to do it. I've never been a programming mind. Like, I did fine in math in school, but it was definitely not my best subject. So my mind's never been program heavy. So I always have to remind myself about that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, I did a test to see if Il Mango's Blaze Farm design would work on PS4, and it does, as long as none of the blazes ever see you. So if you can keep yourself from being seen by them, then it's fine. But there's this weird, like, once a blaze aggroes onto you on the PS4, then all blazes in the area will always be aggroed onto you, and it's this weird, like, they all move and act and behave in the same way. It's this weird thing. I mean, I took AP Calculus and I did fine, but it was hard. Like, most school came very easy to me, thankfully. But math was the one place I always had to work. Oh yeah, I keep going back. Like, my problem, Matthew, is like I always make. I think I make my circuits much more complicated than they have to be. Like, I'll build something that's redstone related. You know, I'll build a farm or whatever. I'll be like, yeah, this completely works, and it'll be like 26 blocks or whatever. And then I'll go look at, and it's like, oh, Mumbo is building the exact same circuit I just built, and his is like 4 blocks. And I do not understand how to work around all the compact nature of making something more compact and more user friendly. So I have looked into Il Mango's gold farm. It will not work on the PS4 unless you build a perimeter around the farm, because unfortunately on Java you can break the ceiling bedrock of the nether, and you can get up on top of the nether, and zombie pigmen will spawn up there. On PS4, you cannot get on top of the nether. There is an invisible wall that prevents any access to the rooftop of the nether. So if you were going to do El Mango's design, which probably would work on the PS4, you would have to do a 128 block diameter? No, 128 block radius sphere around the farm to prevent spawning of anything else. Yeah, Jay. Right now, it's like I'm just reading comments and going in a line. Anything for when you hit 3K subs? I might, Shaggy. I think my next like official milestone is 5,000 subscribers. But I mean, I think it might be tomorrow or today when I hit 3,000. So I'll be doing a play with subscribers tomorrow, so that'll probably be part of it. Thanks, PS4 Gamer. Oh, I think I missed what you said, Shaggy. Where Moobsy Moons. I have no idea what that meant, so that's fine. 2 more. Almost done. This is like the most exciting thing that's ever happened in all of, like, what I love about this, and thank you all to everyone who's tuning in. There are like 21 people watching right now, which is great. I think I've done like Let's Plays where I've been building stuff, and Let's Plays where I've, whatever, and I always have like 10 or 11 people tune in at once. But this is perhaps the most boring thing that you could possibly be watching on Minecraft, is somebody going in a line and placing glass panes. And we have more people watching now than ever before, so thank you all for tuning in. Thanks, Toxic Gaming. Maybe that's what it is, Isaac. I think this is like ASMR, or ASMR, just like the sound of glass panes being placed. What kind of, Sean, what kind of farm did you do? A cactus and, oh yeah. So PS4s, that's one thing that I really wish was in the PS4 version, is Xbox, or the Furnace's store experience on Java. I don't know if they do on Bedrock. They might, I'm not sure. But if they, I really wish Furnaces would store experience on the PS4, because it's just every other version, like the Java version of the game, you have like the mob cap is so ridiculously high. You can create these massive, huge, incredibly fast and efficient mob farms. Like there's all these ways that you can get experience very, very quickly on Java. But on the PS4, like our mob farms are limited because our mob cap is so small. We have all these issues with spawning and things that prevent effectiveness of these farms. Give us the experience from Furnaces at least. Like, give us that as a way to get experience, Thanks, Shaggy. Oh, I missed that comment. Does bamboo grow slow? I always thought that bamboo grew really fast, like compared to sugarcane. I think, though, if you were going to do a smelter array as a way of experience, a compact cactus farm would probably be faster than bamboo, just because cactus, like, if you can fit so much cactus in an area, like, cactus farms are ridiculous. Hey, Thomas, it's a mixed answer. I want PS4 to go to Bedrock just so I can have a realm or a server. I don't want PS4 to go to Bedrock because of Redstone, but it will be nice for, you know, when you go online and you're looking at a video, knowing that the video you're watching will work on the device that you're playing on. Because one of the problems with YouTube videos is you often will open a video and you're not sure, like, what version of the game was this designed on? Will it work on my version? I get this with the AFK fish farm a lot. Like, the number one, I know the AFK fish farm works. Like, I know all my farms work because I've made the farm, I've tested it. But the number one thing that I'm sure gets down votes on the AFK fish farm video is the fact that it doesn't work for some people. And those people are playing on Xbox or they're playing on Bedrock Edition. And if it doesn't work on there, you know, and no farms are going to work, no fish farms are going to work on there. And I don't blame them for not liking the fact that this farm didn't work for them. But it will be nice to go onto YouTube and know that if I'm looking at a Minecraft farm video, as long as it's not a Java video, it is going to work for me. And that will be really useful. And it will also be useful and nice to be able to make a farm and know that I'm not just making farms or designs that PS4 players can use, but that anybody can use. I love our PS4 community, and I wish it was bigger. I wish there were more people out there making videos for it. But being able to be where everybody can see those videos would be really nice. Yeah, Sean, you'd have to, yeah, the bamboo would automatically break if you use pistons, so that'd be fun. Kelp would be another one that you could do, and I have a kelp farm that's purely manual. Like, you go in and you break all the kelp and then it regrows or whatever, but I never break the kelp. I'm never going in there and breaking the kelp, but there's running water at the top, and the kelp, when it gets to a certain height within the running water, it will grow above the running water, but then if it tries to break again, or tries to grow again, it breaks off, and then it goes in the chest. So I always have a full double chest of kelp, and I don't even think about it. So kelp would be another option for a smelting farm. Jay, I think it might. One of his original designs is the one that I used to use on the PS4, but it stopped working. Is his design the one where it was a fence post with a pressure plate on top of it? Or did he have the redstone with the door? Because his original design was like a redstone with a door. Yeah, the one that's the fence post with the pressure plate does not work on the PS4. There's something weird about, like, the way that the water interacted with it. It caused the water to constantly be down, something down, and it pulled the bobber down into the water instead of allowing it to stay on top of the water. Oh yeah, Sean, I think the AFK fish farm might be the most watched video on my channel. I'm not sure if you can sort that way, but if you just go to my channel, it was posted like 6 months ago, but there's an AFK fish farm tutorial on there that does work on the PS4. So Garcia, I did Tango Tech's Wither Skeleton Farm design, which is basically just like a huge massive slab in the nether with walls and a ceiling, and you walk in the middle of it, and you've got this kind of wall contraption between you and the things outside, and it's just so that when you're looking out, only wither skeletons can see you and they're attracted to you, and then you take them to a killing chamber. That's been the most effective way to farm wither skeletons that I've seen. And one of the first videos I ever made was me building it on a Let's Play, so you can kind of see what the design looks like. Oh yeah, yeah. No, the GUI on Bedrock is terrible. And I think the creative menu design, I think like this creative menu design just looks good. I think it looks good and it makes sense. I hate the way the creative design looks on Bedrock. Sean, no, it won't. I mean, it will eventually. It will take a while. But one of the cool things is while you're fishing, you'll get more fishing rods. And then you can combine several of those fishing rods together, like at an anvil, to make like the master fishing rod. So you can eventually get a fishing rod that has mending on it. And if your fishing rod has mending, it will never ever break because you're getting experience from fishing, so it'll constantly be repairing itself. Yeah, Jay, I spent most of my time coming up with farms, not even Redstone, but just farms in general, and I'm rubbish at building. Although I will say, like, on my Let's Play, on my survival world, I think I've done a pretty good job with the things I'm building. I also have really terrible ADHD, and anytime I try to build something really massive, I kind of lose interest in it. I have to come back to it later on. So I've got a lot of unfinished projects and things. But I think some of the stuff I'm building on my current survival world are pretty good. Sean, on the PS4, I think that a fish farm is probably the best source of experience, just because of the way that mob farms are capped in the game. Unfortunately, you cannot use a fish farm to repair tools that have mending on them because you have to have the fishing rod in your hand. It will repair any armor that you have that has mending, though. As far as an experience farm for repairing tools, I found that a guardian farm where you use potions to kill the guardians is probably the best way to repair tools. I love Grian's videos, and I love the way Grian builds. I do not believe I will ever be able to build like Grian builds. Another one of my favorite builders is Scar. And I will say just watching Grian and Scar has probably made me a better builder. It's made me more conscious of things like build palettes and stuff. My first couple Let's Play videos on my old original world were me designing something and rebuilding something, and I think I did a pretty good job, but it's like really obvious that it's like, oh, this guy's been watching a lot of Good Times with Scar and he's using all the techniques that Scar talks about using in his videos. And I'm perfectly okay with being the guy who's like, he watches Good Times with Scar, or he watches Grian's Build School or whatever, and that's what makes him a good person. Yeah, everything he's built on Hermitcraft Season 6 is absolutely ridiculous. Scar deserves to be like when Minecraft is building a new tutorial world, they need to get Scar to just build the world for them. Get somebody else to do the redstone or whatever, but like let Scar build the world. Corrales is also pretty cool. I used to watch Corrales when he was on Hermitcraft. Was Corrales on Hermitcraft? Was it Season 3 that he was on? Or Season 2? Minecraft Survival. I started recording a Minecraft Survival episode before all of the updates came out with the new Village and Pillage and stuff. And this was at the end of the school year, which is like the worst possible time on Earth to be doing anything other than focusing on work. So I've got a partially recorded video. I'm going to go back and do that. I'm probably actually going to do a live stream in that world sometime next week. So I'll be back in that world next week, which I love that world. I think my Life Aquatic world is awesome. I think it's a lot of fun, but I've been busy with the farms and the updates and things. Yeah, Jay, I'm definitely going to have a survival subscriber server. The only problem I mean, I realize like with a party, we're limited right now to 8 players. I assume that with a realm or a server, that would not be the case. So, but I'll definitely have like a whitelisted subscriber server for sure. Oh, I'm 32, 33. I don't even know how old I am. Can't. What year is this? 19. Yeah, 33. Well, because that's a long way away. I haven't even thought about it. I haven't even thought about what I'm doing for 5,000 yet. I was gonna do like for my 100. Was it 100 subscribers? I think it was 100 subscribers. I did like this is what 100 looks like in Minecraft or whatever. Or was it? I think it was this what 1,000 looks like on Minecraft. That was a failure of a video because PS4 has so many limitations on what will spawn. Or what will, you can do. So it's like, nope. You have all of the minecarts that you can possibly have in the world. You have all of the armor stands you can possibly have in the world. So I have no idea. Yeah, Isaac, I would love to play Skyblock. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But yeah. Tom, math is like this weird, like when you get to a certain age, like your birthday stops making any sense. I think before my last birthday, I was telling everybody that I was turning 31, and finally one of my friends was like, you do realize that you're turning 33, right? And I was like, no, I don't. I think 40 is the maximum number of rail cars too, and banners. No, banners is even smaller than 40, I think. There's some skyblock seeds? I haven't looked into it. What do they look like? Okay. Alright, so this is done. So the next thing we need to do is build in a little chamber right here. Now, I believe that the raid will not spawn anywhere within... My guess is it's not going to spawn anywhere within the red or the orange. Do you know any of the seeds that you can do for that? Because I love watching Skyblock. I think it's cool. This is a PS4 World Slicer. Yeah, I mean, if we go Bedrock, we're going to get servers. It doesn't make any sense to go Bedrock and not allow crossplay and servers. And with Fortnite crossplay being a thing, I think we're definitely going to go there. I mean, more people play Minecraft than... not more people play Minecraft than Fortnite, but a lot of people play Minecraft. Alright. Yeah, I would like to have commands. Okay, so... I might need to make a copy of this, because once I kill the Pillager captain, he will be dead and he will not respawn because spawning is broken on the PS4. Alright, copy. Auto smelters are cool. I teach 8th. I've taught every grade I've taught 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, but currently I teach 8th grade. Oops. I have no idea. All my students know that I have a YouTube channel, but they do not necessarily know what it is. I've never played Roblox Gamer. I feel really bad because you've asked me if I play several games and I've never heard of them or I've never played them, and I do not play Roblox. Roblox is... yeah, I don't know. I love Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn is one of my favorite games. Okay. Alright, here we go. Let's see. I need some signs. Okay. Alright, raid started. Watch them all spawn outside of this radius. That would just be spectacular. Or watch them not be able to spawn at all because I put glass panes up. Okay. Alright, there we go. So we've got this pack spawned here. I did not go to Minecon. I've actually never been to a con of any kind. Except, sorry, I went to a local Comic-Con, but I've never been to like a major Comic-Con or anything like that. World Slicer, can I find you? Oh god, I would love to go to BlizzCon. Although, I mean, like, for Overwatch right now, but I played World of Warcraft back, like, with the original beta. Like, I know that they're... oh my gosh! They spawned out here. Okay. Alright, so you had some that spawned right here. Alright. Wait, did I miss one? Okay. I don't know what World Slicer... I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Alright. Oh, I forgot a layer of glass panes over here. That's fine. So, good to know they will spawn on top of... that Ravager spawned on top of this glass pane. So, glass will not prevent them from spawning. But glass should prevent mobs from spawning too, and that Ravager spawned right on top of that glass pane. If, according on Bedrock, they will spawn on anything, like a raid will spawn on anything other than like air blocks, pretty much. That's cool, Jay. I like islands. I'm a really big fan of water and building things on water. My survival world is on a mushroom island right now. A heavy focus on water stuff. Thank you, Liam. I do not. PS4 gamer. I haven't even played Minecraft story mode. Okay, they spawned out here too. Can somebody go find World Slicer? Because he doesn't think anybody will find him. I don't know, he keeps commenting that no one will find him. What's my favorite mob in Minecraft? Oh, I don't know. I mean, like, as far as like bad or evil mobs, I mean, they're a pain in the butt, but I love the phantoms. Shulker farm. You mean like sorting things into shulkers, or a farm that... Because shulkers don't really spawn that way. Oh, that's true. That's a good point, Toxic. I don't know. Are there working shulker farms on other versions of the game? I've never even thought about that. I thought they were like other like invokers on the PS4. Like once you kill your invokers and your vindicators in a woodland mansion, they're dead. Oh, duplicating them. That's cool. Yeah, that's a good point, Toxic. I probably will do that in the second round. I don't think... I mean, they don't respawn on the PS4. The only way to get more would be to discover new islands. Yeah, I mean, I could make an Enderman farm. I don't like the way that Enderman farms work on the PS4 because because the end is not infinite. You have to do a lot of like either destroying the end island or flooding it or lighting it all up. I'm not a big fan of like building tutorial farms where people have to do that kind of work, but I've thought about it. Okay. End crystals. I mean, if you're talking about the ones that you can make to resummon the dragon, you can place those. But I think they can only be placed in the end, maybe? Or no. You can make them in survival, yeah. Because you have to use them to resummon the dragon. Top 6 favorite games of all time or right now? You can make it at a higher level, Toxic. The only thing is I think things spawn from the bottom up, so anything that you spawn, like, if you put really high up in the air, it decreases the spawning rate. I mean, I've done this type of testing with Endermen before, and I always am just disappointed with the lack of the thing. Alright, so... Okay, so that was... What did we end up with? We had 3 packs spawn out here. Wait, that's not 10. Okay. Alright, so they all spawned... Okay, hold on. So PS4 gamer Croatia wants to know 6 favorite games of all time. I would like. I wish we had the debug maps, Jay, so that I could just see the coordinates at any time. But yeah, that's nice. All right, so 6 great favorite games of all time. Final Fantasy VI for the Super Nintendo. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Nintendo 64. Super Mario Kart. No, let's say Mario Kart 64. I've never played the one on the GameCube, but I love the 64 version. The Witcher 3. PS4. Horizon Zero Dawn, PS4. The Last of Us, which I played on the PS3, but obviously you can get on the PS4. Fallout 3, which I played on PS3. Darksiders, PS3. God of War. The new God of War is probably my favorite God of War. It's completely different than all the other God of Wars, but it's definitely up there. How many is that? Is that 8? Have I named 8 games? Spider-Man, that just came out for the PS4, is spectacular. I would say that's up there. And Minecraft, I guess that's in my top 10. So yeah, we'll say that. My favorite anime. My favorite anime of all time is really old, and no one probably has ever watched it. It's called Ronin Warriors. It's like Power Rangers, but like with samurai. It's like Samurai Power Rangers. So yeah. Let's see if there's another captain over here. I really, really love Inuyasha. I would say maybe Ronin Warriors is not my favorite. I think my favorite anime of all time is probably Cowboy Bebop. I also love Wolf's Rain, which was made by the same people who made Cowboy Bebop, which is it's a completely different world. It's a completely different type of anime. I love Wolf's Rain. I like Attack on Titan. I'm not like well versed in anime. I haven't watched a lot of it, which is weird because like when I was in school, I studied like Japanese was like my minor. I've been to Japan. Like I like a lot about Japanese culture. I haven't watched a lot of anime. I've watched My Hero Academia, but it's only because I do like a nerd club at school, and during the nerd club, I allow anybody to bring things that they're really passionate about, and a lot of the kids are really passionate about anime, and My Hero Academia was the one anime that everybody brought in a few years ago. That's okay. PS4 Gamer, anime is Japanese animation. Pretty easy. Trigun, Matthew, like Trigun is spectacular, which also reminds me of I also love Outlaw Star, which was out around the same time as Trigun, and that I also love that one. Now, my favorite cartoon, like anime style, it's not an anime though because it's made in America, or it was made in Canada, I guess, is Avatar: The Last Airbender. All right, if somebody can remember this, because my brain will not remember this. Okay, negative 501,204. All right, cool. All right, I need to find another Pillager outpost. I like Dragon Ball Z. I have really liked the Dragon Ball Super or whatever that they've done. That's been kind of like a remake of the original Dragon Ball. I've liked that lately. because it kind of cuts out. Like, my only problem with Dragon Ball is it would be like 3 episodes of Goku summoning a spirit bomb and just standing there and talking. Like, I remember like the first fight with Raditz or whatever, where like one whole episode was just the two of them like talking to each other. There were a lot of filler episodes in Dragon Ball Z, but I love that they, like, I like the new Dragon Ball that they've done. Oh yeah, Pillager bases will spawn in Super Flat J, but once they're dead, they don't respawn. No, no, no. Okay, I still got it. Okay, good. All right, what were my coordinates? Somebody wrote them down. I saw that. Negative. $416. Yes, it is. It's 417. Oh, there it is, Sean. Thanks. Negative 501,204. Oh, no, 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 no. Not this village. Going the wrong way. Yes, Waffle, it is possible to not have a jungle. Absolutely. I have never played a survival world that had a jungle temple. Ooh, here's another pillager outpost. Negative 1577, negative 521. Okay. All right, I'm going the wrong direction. Okay, negative 500, 401. Oh, sorry, Jeff. Yeah, they just added this recently. Like, might have been with the update Aquatic, but you just when you're in your inventory, you just click the map and then drag it up and put it there. I think my world has 2 mesa biomes. It does not have a good villager biome. Here's another one of these. Okay, get negative 501. Yeah, I mean, you can still do the shield. I mean, the shield still works, but you can put the map up there. Can you make a chicken cooker on PS4? Yeah. I always just use Mumbo Jumbo's design, and it seems to work pretty well. All right, 501. What was the second digit? 4,400? I'm just glad that we now have zoomed out maps. Yeah, I think terracotta can only be found in mesa biomes. Yes, Jeff. I'm sorry. Spider spawners, man. I hate spider spotters. And designing a spider spawner farm, I'll definitely work on that. I've got a lot more time on my hands thanks to it being summertime. Okay, round 2. auto crafting. Like, what do you mean by that, Jay? Alright, somebody made the... Okay, this is 1. Yeah, probably. You could probably do that, Sean. I've made one that works pretty well before. Mob farms, I always think that they're going to be really spectacular, and then I realize how bad the PS4 is when it comes to spawning. Alright, this is 2. On my world, I've got a double spawner. It's spider, and then the other one is zombie. I think I want a skeleton spawner. Like, now that pillager farms, or now that I've got iron farms that spawns cats, so that you get string from cats. Like, I'm way more interested in a bone farm. Three. I just did that without. Okay. Yeah, cats drop string when they die. Where is he? Oh, there you go. Because cats play with yarn, right? I think that's why. I think on the on the Java edition, I think if you catch a cat or you kill a cat that's near water, it might even drop a fish. I just want foxes because they carry things in their mouth and that makes them adorable. All right, 4. Oops, let me do that. Yeah, I think they used cat gut for violin strings too. Yeah, foxes will pick up items in the game and run away with them. Yeah, I think pick block is on. I think pick block is on Bedrock. I mean, you can do it on PS4, and if you can do it on PS4, then you can definitely do it on Bedrock. Is this 5? What was the last one I did? 4. Okay. Thanks, Sean. And left, can you move the button? Which one? Oh no, I don't think so. I think probably because when Mojang owned Minecraft, it was easier for them to outsource the translation of the code to other entities. Um, and so they, for a while, it was just 4J did all the console editions. So all the console editions were the same, which is why, like, if you, like, Xbox users who are on Bedrock cannot use my AFK fish farm, but Xbox on the 360 can. So they can still use because it's console edition. So it was just Java and console edition. And then when Microsoft bought Minecraft, they came out with the Windows 10 edition. So then there were 3 editions. And then once they did Bedrock, there were more than that. All right, 7. This is the last one. Okay. Sony does not like crossplay. Sony's edition, like the Xbox 360 edition, the Wii U edition, like all the old console editions, the legacy console editions, were all made separate. They were all made separate from one another, but they all used the same code because they were all made by 4J. You could only, like, so Xbox players could only play with Xbox players. PS3 players and PS4 players could only play with PlayStation players. So everything was separate. But then they did the Better Together update, which brought Bedrock to everybody, and that unified it all. Alright, thank you, Cammy Boy, for turning in. Croatia's in Eastern Europe. I think Neverwinter does. I've played Neverwinter for like a little bit of time. Oh, sorry. I just finally figured out how to load things. Like, I just loaded up my like live stream thing on my computer so I could look at what was going on while I was live streaming. Hey Jeff, so the glass walls are there so that when a pack of pillagers spawn, they're kind of trapped in one area so I can see where they spawn. So like, that was test 2. I'm going to do one more test. And I've had no pillagers spawn at all within 20 blocks of the village. But I've had 1 pack spawn within 30 blocks. Yeah, 1 pack. PS4, probably not, just because... Yeah, during a raid, Jeff. I'm just trying to figure out what the mechanics are for raid spawns. Negative 1577, 491. Thank you, Sean. This is not the one that you just gave me, but it just happened to be closer. Oh, there are 4 raid captains here. This is gonna be the one. Okay. Right. Okay. So, yeah, thanks, Jeff. I'm gonna be doing one tomorrow around the same time, 2 Eastern. All right. Which one was this? This one was much better. Negative 1055, negative 535. All right, cool. So, because I want to run 2 more tests at least. Oh, PS4. I probably am not gonna do any Horizon live streaming or anything like that. I mean, I've already beaten the game, and it's old enough now, and they're not releasing any new content or anything. Negative. Is that? Oh no. Okay. Negative 500. 501. And then 4 or something. No, they'll spawn. The mobs will spawn regardless. They will spawn. Like the raids will spawn no matter what the raid cap. Or like if you've reached your mob cap, I think the raids will still spawn. So, all right. See you, PS4 gamer. Thanks for tuning in. So I'm not sure that matters. All right. I'm gonna do this last one. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for tuning in. Come on. Okay. What time do you get off work, John? Yeah, Toxic. I'm trying to figure this out so I can do a raid farm. Oh no, that is a long time away. Maybe it's 4 hours. Or 4.5 hours. Yeah, sure, Jay. I'm. I love seeing what other people come up with. I don't know if I'd be able to make it more efficient. Yeah, I think you can put some lights in the farm, but they spawn at light levels under 7, which there's no way to test light level on a PS4. It's not like the debug screen on Java. You can go in and immediately see what the light level is. On the PS4, it's a little harder than that. Yeah, I'd love to have foxes in the game. Welcome back, PS4 Gamer. I don't know why I just killed that cow. I don't know, Shaggy. I like numbers. I guess I like the words. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't. I'm not gonna judge you for how you're writing PS4 Gamer, especially like if English even isn't your first language or whatever. Like that might be difficult. So, no judgment at all. Hey, Blockman, welcome. Uh, 8th grade, so it's like 13, 13, 14. Well, I like slime. I mean, like slime is useful for slime blocks if you're building flying machines or things, or if you're doing like sticky pistons. I don't think you need a huge slime farm. A small, like uh, big area's slime farm is going to be completely useful. Like doing one in a swamp with an iron golem and some cactuses or whatever is going to be all you probably need on a single player world. Uh, Obviously, there are some people who are using a lot of slime blocks for things, but I like the way slime blocks look, so I might use them in a build, but, you know. Alright, so let's see what we got. I need something bigger and brighter for marking these. Let's do this not scientifically at all. Alright. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, okay. Like an ultraviolet color. Let's go with, I guess magenta is like ultraviolet. There we go. Alright. Alright. Where's my first sign? Alright. Green. Yeah, Minecraft Earth, I think, Jay, I really want that. Yeah, the only problem is the where the villager is for the raid, or for the pillager farm. The invokers can kill the pillager. So you would need to have some way to flush the pillagers into your farm so that they could not kill your villager. They have to be able to see the villager though for him, for them to aggro. And I think Vexes, can Vexes pass through obsidian? You can catch everything in boats. You can catch ravagers in boats, can't you? Okay, so it looks like they spawn pretty much, what is this, 10, 20, 30, 40. So 40 to 80 blocks away. Maybe. I don't know if they would spawn on magma. They'd have to have a massive line of rails picking that up. Now, what I wonder is, what's the range for an invoker killing my villager? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we didn't get foxes or withered roses, so I'm not sure when we're going to get either one. I think that's more because he could not see. Yes, please. R.I.P. the villager. That's not what I meant. Okay, well, now he is gonna die. That's okay. How many blocks was that? So... they have not announced any upcoming updates, CJ. Okay, so that's 20 blocks. The real problem with any of these farms is, will the evoker kill your villagers? Okay, that's... Okay, so that distance right there seems to be it. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 28 blocks. So Vex can kill the villager from anywhere within 28 blocks. Probably 30 blocks to be safe. Now the question is, will the raid try to get to the villager in the village in the center if they're not, if there's no path to get to them? So conceivably, to create a farm, you could have your village in the center, and then here have a trench like this, going all the way around. That's going to be a big farm. It's going to be, it's about the size of the Pillager farm. So that might work with the Pillager farm, because this is basically the range of the Pillager farm to here. Yeah, Carlo, what's the question? Yeah, it's more like, I don't know. It's like, this is, if you built the Pillager farm, this would be where your wall would be on the Pillager farm here. So none of this would be here, obviously. This would just be grass. So you'd have... Yeah, Carla, about the AFK fish farm. It does not work on Xbox One. There are no fish farms that work on Bedrock. Now, if you're still running the old console edition for Xbox One, it should work. But if you're running Bedrock on Xbox One, it will not work. But I don't need to do that. Alright, so we're looking at... Thank you, Carla. Alright. So let me check this again. That's 1, 2, it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. It'd probably work, Sean, but you'd have to have a really, really big rail car system to pick up all the drops. I don't know, Toxic. I think they can spawn... I think they will spawn in water, but I'm not sure. I'll have to test that. They won't spawn in water. Yeah, I've tested a raid farm that was just a platform out in the ocean, and 1 or 2 of the raids would spawn, and then the raid would just go away without finishing. So I'm not sure. All right, John. Yeah, just afraid that they will spawn in like a cave. Is there a chance they could do that? Well, I mean, the raids will spawn regardless of light level. That's true. It's not multiplayer, Sonic. Alright, so I've got to go here in a little bit, but so this gives me a space to start to play around with the actual farm design. Because if I can center it around the Pillager farm, which would be, you know, if you did a Pillager outpost farm, it'd be right here. You can center it around that with the village down in the ground, and then if they would come and fall in a trench, might work. So I'm going to continue to play with that. I'll show you the, I think there was another, I don't know if I deleted it or not. There's another farm design that I was working on. And it just wasn't working properly. The, which one was it? Was it this one? I think it was this one. It wasn't working properly because the the villager would be safe for the sky, that's true. Is it over here? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So this was what I had been working on before. The village is down here. And I thought that the raid would spawn, you know, on like this platform, because it's the only spawnable block anywhere around. That island is covered, everything else is more than 100 and something blocks away. But let me go ahead and get the bad omen effect and see what happens. Yeah, toxic. I've made a guardian farm. What do you have a question about it? Oh, there we go. That's funny. All right. Alright, when I pop over here and start the raid, Alright, so the only spawnable blocks anywhere are up there. So normally the raid would be going off right now. You'd hear the trumpet. No trumpets. No spawning. Okay, so there they spawned. Flood them out. Cubs Farm is not super efficient on the PS4 just because of the limitations to the amount of spawning that can happen on the PS4. You can only spawn, whatever, 30 mobs at a time. I think a farm like the one that Exuma designed this season on Hermitcraft is going to be much more efficient on the PS4. Alright, so the second raid hasn't spawned in yet. See, and then it goes away. So I got one raid wave, and then the raid just disappears. So this doesn't work. But it's the only spawnable block anywhere around. Like Cub and Iskow? The one with the bubble columns? I think on the PS4, Guardians do not spawn in bubble columns like they do on Java, unless they changed it. Alright, so that doesn't work. But anyway, so this is what I've been playing around with, and this one doesn't work, which is why I'm trying to work with come up with another design. I think this one might work if I quadrupled the size of the platform, or doubled the size of the platform, but then that makes it that much more expensive, because this has a lot of sticky pistons. It would either be sticky pistons or dispensers. Hey Anna, thanks for joining in, and this is actually like the last few minutes of the live stream. Yeah, that's a good, I'll test that real quick. And it's always, oh wait, this has to have glass right here. Anything worth testing, I'll test any idea to try to get to work. Because I thought this would just be much more efficient. It does, well, for the water stream to work, it's going to have glass. So I don't know. I thought about just testing it by waterlog the water with trapdoors. Oh yeah, and this farm is super easy to build. Toxic, so I'm not like worried about having to like rebuild any parts of it. But I'm not going to delete this one. Oops. That's yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna leave this glass back here just because it's holding in that water. Hey, Brandy. Alright, so let's get this raid effect again. And see what happens. Welcome, Brandy. Welcome to the community. It's a pretty cool place. People are nice. It's a fun game. Come on, Pillager Captain. There you are. Do not die in the lava before I can kill you. There we go. So we figured out the range that pillagers will spawn in. You know, it's just a matter now of figuring out the background roommate. The background of what happens. Let's see. Alright, let's get him down here. Activate this raid. Let's see if that... Jay, I'm hoping that your suggestion with the trapdoors and getting rid of the glass solves this problem, because this would be a much easier thing to build than whatever I was thinking about building with the other design. So here we go. Alright. So they aren't spawning in yet. Spawn in, spawn in, spawn in. No? Okay, so there's one. I'm just gonna kill them this way. And then go from there. Alright. Okay, I think we made it through one last time. Let's see if we can get a second one to spawn in this time. So we've got two. Alright. Is the second one gonna spawn in? Oh, so there we go. So the second one spawned in. Where did he go? Alright. Alright, well the third one spawned in. I guess I should be testing it with the actual redstone. Wait, did I get it? That's 3. Of course. Okay, 3. Well, this one would be... This design would not be automatic, or fully automatic, because you'd have to, like, when the raid spawned, you'd have to flip a switch to kill them. Could conceivably, you know, have magma blocks down here to auto kill, but if you wanted to use this as an experience getter, you would need to actually kill them by hand. So you could modify it to make it automatic. I guess you could probably put in some like tripwire or something up here to prevent or to get them to go. But that's, yeah, you could use a redstone clock. Although without any walls on this, I'm afraid they will, I guess, will the trapdoors move with these blocks? Let's just test this real quick to see. Because I'm just afraid that without any walls, they're gonna just fly off the edge. Nope. Okay. What is this? Is this 4? So we've made it 4. When before I wasn't getting over 3. So Jay, this might be the fix that we're looking for. Except we just lost a witch to the farm. All right. No, the trident thing doesn't work on the PS4 apparently. It would be cool if it did. Alright, so that's there. That's 4. Got 3 more. See if they come in. This is already better than the other one was, which is great. I think this already had some drops in it from the previous one. Still pretty good drops. Nope, there it goes. So, alright Jay, so with your fix, we went from 3 and the raid going away to... No, 2 and the raid going away to 4 and the raid going away, so that's twice as efficient, but we're still missing out on... There should have been 5 evokers, and I think we only saw 1. So we're missing out on 4 totems of undying, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm going to keep working on it. 2.5 hours in, and it's time for me to go get to figure out what I'm doing for dinner and things. But if you guys are interested, there'll be the multiplayer live stream tomorrow starting around 2 o'clock Eastern time. So if you want to tune in for that, please come on in, and thank you all. So like, this has been the best attended live stream so far, so I duly and am gratefully appreciative, and thank you to Jay and everybody else who had great recommendations for how to improve the farm, and it'll definitely make it easier for me to come up with things to do with it, but I've got to head out, so I will see you all next time. Yeah, I'd definitely love to have Hermitcraft on the PS4. That'd be awesome. Where is my... Okay, there's broadcasting.